welcome back to Trial by Fire. I am Niceberg, hanging out here on the porch, staying out of the rain, looking pretty darn good in my brand new Elytra. In the last episode, we went to the end and fought the Ender Dragon, my first time doing that, and we even found an end city right near where we spawned into the End Islands with a ship and found our first Elytra. There are a couple things we need to do now that we have that Elytra. One is we need to get it enchanted with Unbreaking 3 and Mending. So we're going to work with our villagers a little bit today to get an Unbreaking 3 villager. But the other thing we need is rockets. And rockets are made with paper and gunpowder. Our current source of paper is this sugarcane farm over here, and it's really not doing the trick. So we're going to need to do something about that very, very soon. Let's go check out our current source of gunpowder, which is up at our mob farm. So here we are at the mob farm, and you can see that I've made some changes. We used to have two chests here, well, a double chest here, and then a line of chests along the side here. And I was getting really tired while I was preparing for the end of sorting and sorting and sorting. So I went ahead and made a quick auto sorter here. The two chests at the end are open for any random drops, armor, bows, things like that. And you can see I've got space for string, spider eyes, and feather in here. And this one is pretty much empty except for some stuff that I dropped in there. And then as we work our way back, we've got rotten flesh, gunpowder, bones, and arrows. So we are here for the gunpowder. And you can see we've got a pretty good one full chest plus some of gunpowder. So I'm going to use this other shulker, and we're going to go ahead and take this gunpowder with us. While we're up here, I think we'll go ahead and take advantage of the mobs that have spawned and collect these quick levels. You can see many of the drops getting sucked down into the hoppers. You'll see that it takes some time sometimes. Because there's a bottleneck in terms of the hoppers, but eventually it all goes down. And then I always like to just check and make sure that things are working right down here. I always work. Arrows, bones, gunpowder, rotten flesh, and then here I continue to get a few arrows, but that's okay. I can live with that. See, they're dumped in a bunch more. That wasn't me. So anyway, all right, we're gonna head back down to the cabin and get ourselves organized and maybe build ourselves a couple of rockets. Well, that was a fun flight. I really enjoyed that. I can't wait to get some rockets and actually launch ourselves into the air. So let's come over and make some. Go ahead and pull out the shulker box that's got the gunpowder in it. We'll pull out 64 of those. And we need to find some paper. Here we go. All right, we've got almost 2 stacks, which will be sufficient for me for now anyway. I really don't know for sure what I'm about to do. So yeah, here we go. My first attempt at flying with rockets. Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it. Took off the very first time with a rocket. And we can now travel with an Elytra. Alright, we need to do everything we can now. Now that we can fly, that we've got rockets, we need to do everything we can to get ourselves Unbreaking 3 and Mending on this Elytra. Now, Mending is no problem. We do have a Mending villager. We don't have an Unbreaking 3 villager. We've got a little bit of work to do. I am not proud to admit how long that took, but you can see all 4 of our villagers now have trades. And I'm not sure what we're gonna get, but we found enough. We got two great new trades here. So this was our Fortune 3 guy, and you can see that he's got Projectile Protection 3 and Fire Protection 4 for a massive, massive load, but he does give 4 glass. This guy right here, oh, that's the one I was just looking at. This guy right here, Silk Touch for 10 emeralds. Now, of course, right after I got him, I cycled to a 6 emerald Silk Touch trade, but 10 is good enough. This is our Unbreaking 3 villager for 10 emeralds. And he's got a paper trade. This is huge. Unbreaking 3 for 10 emeralds. So Silk Touch and Unbreaking 3 are now in our bevy of librarians. So we're going to run up to our mob farm. And when I say run up, I really mean fly up to our mob farm and get these Unbreaking 3 and Mending on our light. Oh, all right, let's see what these costs are going to be. Put our Elytra in and Mending, only 2. Beautiful. Elytra and Unbreaking 3, 4. All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. I am very, very happy with that now. And actually, not sure, but will this heal? Yes, I think it is. So I think that was a change in 1.16 that experience gets split amongst all the things that you're wearing or holding that have mint. Yep, definitely. So that is excellent, excellent. As of right now, our 2 best emerald trades are for paper. And this amount of sugarcane is not cutting it. Not even sure I'm getting 10 emeralds when it's fully cut. So we need a whole lot more sugarcane. So I'm going to plan out what I want to do there and figure out how to expand our sugarcane farm. So I have this idea to build sort of this huge catch-all for trading with villagers, for sugarcane, and for farms at the very least, right? Like this place where I can go farm emerald. And my thought is to build the sugarcane farm sort of over this lake. And then it attaches to the trading hall in one place, and the trading hall kind of sits out over here. And there are farms over on this side that also attach to the trading hall. And we've got a bunch of villagers in there to trade emeralds with. Like, I really like this idea. I can't wait to get started on it. And then I thought to myself, oh man, do you know how much iron it take? Like, we're gonna need iron for hoppers, for minecarts, for hopper minecarts. We're gonna need a ton of iron. And I don't have an iron farm yet. So we're gonna have to take a hard pivot in this video, and we're gonna have to get ourselves an iron farm going, so that we can get all the necessary resources for the trading hall. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am loving flying. This is my favorite thing now. All right, time to decide on an iron farm design. So we have, I'm getting ready to think about our iron farm, and I wanted to go ahead and mend up all my pickaxes. So we put mending on Silk Touch, and I realized that we don't have Unbreaking 3 on there. So we're going to need to get that done. As of right now, I have 1 emerald. We'll go check, but I don't think I've got anything else in the chests in the house. Nothing there. Move this lapis. Sure that we don't have other. No. I'm also not seeing any sugarcane or any paper boxes. Means that we are not going to have enough to get Unbreaking 3 on this pickaxe right now. So I think what we're going to do, because this continues to be a problem, and so we can do this, I'm going to go ahead and harvest the sugarcane that's here, and I'm actually going to replant it over by the lake so that we can continue to grow the quantity of sugarcane. Because right now, we're just not getting enough. So We'll work with the Silk Touch pickaxe without Unbreaking 3. It does have mending. That just means we have to go back to the mob farm a little bit more frequently. That's okay. We can do that till the sugarcane farm gets really. Yep, just gonna take what I just harvested here. These 35 or so. I'm gonna replant them over here at the. I'm gonna replant them over here at the lake. And then we'll get to digging and building our iron farm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after a long time, we are ready to harvest some sugar cane. So we'll come over and take care of that. I'll get that done real quickly here. And we're also going to have to run over to the lake and harvest that sugar cane. And then hopefully we can get our Breaking 3 book and put it on our Silk Touch pickaxe that we can reduce the number of times that we got to get up to the mob farm. It'll give us 2 pickaxes with both Unbreaking 3 and Mending on them, 2 diamond pickaxes, so that should be plenty for us right now. One of them is Fortune 3 and one of them is Silk Touch, so that should be very good. I have spent a lot of time at the mob farm, so my elytra is well mended. And I am not going to worry too much about it at this point in time. Been having a lot of fun shooting around with these rockets. A lot of fun. Oh hey, I forgot I've got my Depth Strider boots on. Boom, boom, boom. All right, it looks like I got them all. There we go. Hard getting out of water. That was the first time I've ever tried to elytra out of water. So, yeah, I am loving flying. I can't get enough. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot get enough. Head into the house, make up some paper, and go over to our villagers. Unfortunately, I've even come all the way up here to the mob farm. We only had enough paper to get 8 emeralds. So yet again, we are in a position where our sugarcane farm just is not big enough. And so we need to get it expanded very, very soon. Again, gonna need iron to do that. So let me show you what I've been working on. Oh! Almost made it in the hole. Here is the space that I have been clearing out. Now, it should be 14 blocks deep. 13 blocks deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks deep. And it's about 22 by 22 or so across. Reasoning? Simple spawning mechanics for iron golems. Iron golems spawn in a 16 by 16 radius, X and Z, and then 13 on the villager that triggers them. So if we put villagers in the right places in this room and zombies in the right places, we ought to be able to spawn some iron golems. I'm going to work on that math just a little bit and see what we can figure out. All right, so I was taking some measurements, and I think if I've measured right, we ought to be able to put a villager pod here. Well, it'll be up in the air a little bit, but we ought to be able to put a villager pod here, a villager pod here, and run the golems into this common channel in the middle and kill them somewhere here. That's my thought right now, so I'm going to build them up and see if they're functioning. Well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. This episode has very much been kind of all over the place. After raiding the end and knowing exactly what I wanted to do with the Ender Dragon in the last episode and everything, this episode has just been all over. Started out thinking about expanding a sugarcane farm and trading hall, and then realized I had no iron, so we needed to switch to looking at an iron farm, which we, look at this, look at that iron. Oh, thank you. My villagers in the hall here are spawning iron golems, and you can see that they're doing work. But so realized we didn't have any iron, and then I started to think about putting an iron farm in, and that's gonna go over here. And I spent all this time getting this out, and ow, man, I need to get better at the elytra. And you can see that I'm in the beginning stages of just a simple farm here that I'm hoping will work. Villagers will all land on that single block when they wake up, and there will be a zombie somewhere out in the middle. And if I can position the zombie right, I think he might function, trigger both sets of villagers. I plan on building another module right here, and then we'll have a couple of iron golems every minute or so. It's not gonna be super fast, but this is just a single player, me alone. I can AFK here overnight or whatever, and have plenty of iron for what I want. The problem is getting villagers and zombies in here, and I didn't think about that issue, so I've got to think about that, and I need rails for that, and in order to get rails I need iron. This has just been one mess of mistake after mistake after mistake, and so I think I'm going to just take a little bit to kind of wrap my mind around what it is I want to do. I need to organize my thoughts and what it is I want to do, and how I want to get it done. So we're going to leave it here for the day. So thanks for coming along today. Appreciate it. Hopefully I can get my thoughts together and decide what the best course of action is. We've got a lot of things to do, and now I'm just not sure where I want to start. So I'll get that figured out, and we'll come back better and stronger and ready to go. So thanks for coming along today. It was great to have you in this episode of Trial by Fire. Until next time, I'm Niceberg, saying stay happy, stay healthy, and be good to each other.